Before the Eiffel Tower, before Notre Dame, and before becoming the world-famous City of Light, Paris was only a small village, an island in the Seine River. It existed as a tiny settlement before its remarkable transformation.
The
2,000
Parisi held
years,
this
the city
ground
survived
against
invasions,
time.
diseases, wars, and revolutions throughout history. It made this small settlement become one of humanity's most important centers of power, culture, and politics. This is the story of how Paris gradually became the heart of Europe over centuries. 2,000 years ago, the area that is now central Paris was only a small island in the Seine River. No palaces, no grand boulevards, and no monuments that would later amaze the entire world.
The river
small
flows,
community
and
of
so
the
does
Celtic
time.
Parisii tribe
Our strength
lived
lies
on
in
Isle
these
de la Cité.
stone-
259 BC, the Parisii chose this place not because of fertile land or military power, but because of its unique location. Seine was a
village is
major
straight
trade
ahead.
route connecting many lands across Western
Prepare to
Europe
dock.
and beyond.
Keep
Island
the
in the
pace
river
steady.
became a natural
Mind the
crossing
wagon.
point where merchants,
Fine
goods,
woven,
and people
quality
passed.
wear. The
Parisii
Parisi
controlled this
thrive
crossing
here.
and
Our
slowly
crossing
transformed their
ensures the
settlement
future.
into a center of exchange.
Indeed.
Though still small in scale, this became the first foundation of Paris's future prosperity. The ability to control transportation laid the first foundation for Paris's development. But its strategic location also made the land a target of great empire. 52 BC, the Roman army under Julius Caesar entered Gaul, and the Parisii knew they could hardly defeat the most powerful army of the day. They resisted, and before retreating, they burned their own settlement to leave no advantage for the invader. Eventually, Rome achieved victory and took control of the region. Instead of abandoning this land, the Romans recognized the value of its location beside the Seine River, built the city and named it Lutetia, beginning a completely new era under Roman control. Lutetia was transformed completely through major construction and urban development. Roads, bridges, aqueducts, public baths, and arenas were built across the growing small village became a prosperous Roman city in northern Gaul. The Roman Empire weakened in the 3rd century. Paris entered a dangerous external invasions forced the city to build defensive walls instead of expanding beyond its borders. This no longer grew through wealth alone, but survived through its ability to adapt constant. Spirit was tested again in 451, when Attila and the Huns approached the city. Many people wanted to flee. A young woman named Genevieve called citizens to stay united. According to legend, Paris was saved when Attila's army changed direction and abandoned its advance. Though the story remains debated, Genevieve became a symbol of the city's resilience and courage. Afterward, a major turning point occurred in the history of Paris and its future. 508, King Clovis I of the Franks chose Paris as the capital of his newly established kingdom. The reason was clear. Paris held a strategic position, protected by the Seine and controlling important trade routes. From this point onward, political power began concentrating in Paris, as the city gained greater influence. Churches were built, while nobles, clergy members, and officials moved into the city and strengthened its growing authority. The center of power in Europe was beginning to take shape through the rise of Paris. The journey of Paris was truly remarkable, transforming through centuries of challenges and dramatic change. Small village of the Parisii tribe, it became the Roman city of Lutetia. It survived invasions and eventually became the capital of the Franks, marking a decisive transformation in history. This did not rise because of military strength or enormous natural resources. It succeeded because of something far more important: its ability to adapt through every crisis. Paris became a center of power. It also became the most attractive target for conquerors. In the centuries that followed, the city would face even greater challenges ahead.